Хорошо, давай, швидше треба уйобувати.
The soldiers are so shell-shocked that they cannot even keep a cup of coffee. The civilians are really, stressed, traumatized. There's this one woman who opened her house to the military so they could shower. And so 4 soldiers come and shower, an hour later they're killed at the front. So they go completely berserk. Usually when they're in Kiev 1 or 2 days, they just want to go back to the front. They feel guilty because their buddies are dying at the front, and secondly, they cannot sleep because it's silent. They cannot stand the silence. They learn to live with this constant shelling. That's when they can sleep.
It's early 2024, 2 years since Russia invaded Ukraine. A delegation of Ukrainian healthcare professionals and academics are visiting the Defence Medical Rehabilitation Centre, formerly at Headley Court, here in the UK.
The country, when it emerges from this war, will be devastated. We don't know exactly how many people have died, but it's really in the tens of thousands, probably over 100,000 now, and still ongoing. It's young people. Actually the most painful part is that the young people that should rebuild the country, men, women, they're dying at the front.
Away from the tanks and arms, the UK and many other nations are trying to help Ukraine. One way the UK is contributing is in the creation of a Ukrainian version of the Defence Medical Rehabilitation Centre, the DMRC. The first one will be based in Kyiv. The building already exists. Now they need to kit it out with equipment similar to what's here.
Thank you very much for all of your attention.
Lieutenant Colonel Sada Bahadur is the medical director of the DMRC.
We want to help them get the most for the most, to help the most. And the way to do that is say, this is how we do it, this is what the evidence shows, this is what we've learnt. Would you like to adapt this? And what I found with our Ukrainian colleagues, they're very proud people. They know what they want, it's just guiding them in the right direction and offering help when they need it.
Let's come into the department.
It's not just guidance the UK is offering, they're also funding the equipment required. The final list has been drawn up and is now being purchased. Care has gone into ensuring it's the right kit that can be serviced and maintained in country. In the coming months, Ukraine's very own DMRC will begin to take shape. The end goal is to create an entire network of recovery centres across the country, and they will, of course, treat both physical and mental wounds. Today's visitors are specialists in mental health. They asked the DMRC specifically to host a symposium to talk about a plan for Ukraine's future.
So their biggest challenge is a whole nation affected by mental health. So most health services, national health services, can deal with a proportion of the population, but this is essentially all of the population. So when they say we treat veterans, pretty much everyone's going to be a veteran in that country at some point.
Other nations are also involved in the efforts to help. Norwegian psychologists are training Ukrainian soldiers to become what they call baby psychologists. Perhaps for the first time, attempts are being made to minimise the effect of conflict on mental health at the time of war, rather than years later.
For the last year, we've been developing and doing something we call operational resilience training for Ukrainian personnel, primarily combat medics, where we've been giving them advanced skills in basically how to build resilience for themselves and for others, psychological skills to manage stress and to help themselves and others through combat.
For us, it's really very necessary and fruitful because the life changed dramatically. We can see now dramatical changes and psychological transformation of people, of the whole society, and especially it's very important for military. Our society now could also share an experience to the world how the psychology and how this treatment could be changed to people. And this is a unique case that should be analyzed.
As they learn from our experience, equally we will learn from theirs. Healing the aftermath of this ugly war will be the country's next great challenge. Hannah King, Forces News, at the Defence Medical Rehabilitation Centre. Thanks for watching. For more from Forces News, like and subscribe to our channel.